Hey there, I have something I'd like to share with you today. Something that is could really change your life. It can be that impactful, and it has to do with falling. And I think we all realize that as we get older, we become more susceptible to falls, and the prevalence of falling, especially for seniors, seems to be increasing steadily. And not only the falls themselves, but the outcomes after the falls are really heartbreaking. What is happening to so many people. And I've been a physical therapist for a long time, and I've worked with many of my clients on fall prevention exercises, balance exercises, strength exercises, flexibility, everything I could think of to help prevent a fall. But and it was helpful. It benefited quite a few people, but there were still people who were having falls, and these were people who could, these are active seniors who could stand on one foot and maintain their balance for 20, 30 seconds at a time. And they were strong. They could squat to the floor and get up and down. And so I was confused. These people did not seem like they would be that susceptible to a fall, having those types of physical attributes. However, they were telling me the types of falls they were having was due to the environment, circumstances that they could not control, such as a raised sidewalk. They would be walking along and they trip over the raised sidewalk, or if someone had spilled water in the grocery store, they would slide on it and go down, or even an icy driveway up north, stepping on an ice. So all these different uncontrollable environmental factors, they would not be able to maintain their stability. They would go down. And I started to look a little bit more deeply into this. And interestingly, I found that younger people, and I'm talking people in their 20s, of course, they also are under this. They experience those types of environmental factors where they lose their balance. That maybe their leg gives out when they stand up, or they trip over something, but they're able to stabilize. They're able to right themselves and prevent themselves from falling. So I said, what is the factor? And looking at it on the surface, we'd say, yeah, they're younger, of course. Youth conquers all. But what was the factor that was aiding them, that was helping them be able to catch themselves before they went down, even if they tripped or lost their balance? What was that missing link that my seniors, my active seniors who were strong and flexible and mobile, what was it that they didn't have? And what I found was it all came down to reaction time. Reaction time, if you have a stimulus, like again, an icy driveway, and you lose your balance and you're starting to go down, but then you are able to have that lightning fast response to get that leg out, to tighten that muscle, to coordinate that movement so you're able to catch yourself and keep yourself vertical. It all came down to reaction time, and that is what I was missing with my clients. That is why they were still falling, even though they were strong and flexible and mobile. And what I found was that reaction time, just like a muscle, just like strengthening a muscle, it can be trained, it can be enhanced, it can get stronger. We can work on exercises that can help us, and even if it's just a split second, hundredths of a millisecond, if we can train our reaction time to act a little bit more quickly, to kick in, then that can be all the difference between falling and breaking a hip and not falling, being able again to catch ourselves, to right ourselves, and keep ourselves vertical. So of course I started implementing all these reaction exercises with my clients, and the results have been really something. Not only are they not falling nearly as much, and again, these are active people, but they also told me that they're seeing other benefits in terms of other activities they're doing, whether it be golf or cycling or pickleball or yoga. They can see other benefits from these reaction time exercises. So yes, we can train that, and it is so important to work on this. I think this is missed a lot of times, that we do not focus on reaction time. So let me give you an exercise that you can start doing at home today to start practicing on your reaction time. Let me bring you up here. And again, this can make all the difference in the world. So let's put you up here. And yeah, this is just a nice way to start really honing in on your reaction time, on improving it. If you have any medical conditions that prevents you from exercising, please do not do this. But if you do, if you have a clean bill of health, I'd highly encourage you to start doing this on a daily basis. And I have hundreds of these types of exercises, but let me give you one today at least that you can start working on. And your first time doing this, if you could have someone time you, because again, this is all built around time. We want to see how quickly we lose our balance or we have a stimulus, and then how quickly we're able to react, to respond to this. That's the reaction time. So if you could have someone time you on their phone, you can set up like a little stopwatch. And let me show you this slowly first, and then I'll give you more of a real-time example. So this is the slow version. So all you need is a little open space, and you want to take 5 steps forward and then back to where you started. So it's going to be 1, and it's just a regular normal step like you usually take. And we want to be able to control this. So I think this is 5 steps. So 5 forward, then just a regular side step, 5 out to the side, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 back. 1, and you just want to make sure you're lifting your foot completely, no dragging. I think that's 3, 4, and 5. So that's it right there. There's 5 forward, 5 to the side, and 5 back. But again, we want to see how fast we can do this, but safely. We have to be in control. We have to be safe as we're doing it. So let me see if I can show off a little bit here and see how fast I can do it. So here we go. You ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty good for an old man, huh? So that's it, and you'd want to do it on both sides. So I did it on my left, so I certainly want to do it on my right, and most people have a pretty significant difference from their left to the right. They can see a difference. On one side is faster, the reaction time is better. And that's interesting too, in that many people tell me when they fall or they lose their balance, it's usually in one direction and on one side. So this is a great way to find out, if you have a deficit, whether it's stepping to the left to your side, if that's where you have reduced reaction time. So we can really pinpoint where you may have a deficit, and then with these reaction time video exercises, we can start to really hone in on that deficit and improve your reaction time in that area. So that's a really effective way. And again, if you can time yourself on your first time going through it, so we can get some baseline numbers so we know where you're starting. Let me bring you back down here. Yeah, if you time yourself, that would be great. Your first round doing that. And 12 to 14 seconds would be considered a pretty good score with that little exercise there. If you can do 5 forward, 5 side, 5 back in a 12 to 14 second time span, that's pretty good. You have a reasonably good reaction time, but you can still improve upon it. So I would encourage you, even if you are in that 12 to 14 second range, keep working on your reaction time every day. It takes like 1 or 2 minutes. You can just do 1 a day, and it has so much carryover. If you're above 14 seconds, I would highly suggest that you start immediately working on your reaction time, because again, that split second can make all the difference between a broken hip and being able to right yourself and avoid a fall altogether. So yes, please work on those. If you want more reaction time exercises, let me know. I'd be happy to give you more and more. There's a bunch of them you can practice, and it can literally impact your life. If you break a hip, it's difficult to return from that. Statistically, it's at least. So again, hope that helps you. My name is Erik. I've been a physical therapist for over 20 years. This is what I do for a living. I help seniors increase their quality of life, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can. And again, please get going with your reaction time exercises. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.